Sisters here on Blogtalk Radio. My name is Emma and we're having a beautiful evening here in Minnesota. First of all, let me tell you how grateful I am for having you take your time out of your day to listen to our radio show. Thank you for choosing to spend time with us. Today I want to talk about how to hear from your angels and how to use them to live your best life. Well, first off, I want to ask a few questions. Do you hear voices responding to the questions you ask yourself in your head? Well, if you do, you're not crazy. Those are your angels. Those are your angels and your spirit guides talking to you. I know, it sounds like you're crazy, but you're not. So, that's the first thing I want to tell you. It's very common, and it's just a matter of being able to recognize it and use it. And as you continue to pay attention, you'll start to see that the Spirit answers you and gives you real, honest, positive responses. So if you hear positive, uplifting thoughts, those are from your angels and guides and your spirit. And you can build this up and use it to your advantage in everything that you do. For example, I use it in my work life, in my home life. I use it when I go to the gym. I use it when I'm driving. And I use it when I'm cooking. I ask my guides and my angels, I call on them all the time to help me. And so this takes a lot of practice to make this happen every day. And it's been happening in my life ever since I've been doing it. Now, one thing you might ask is, well, what if I hear negative talk or self-sabotaging talk? Well, then that's from your ego, and that is negative. And those things that make you feel low or, negative things like that, those things that bring you down, well, they don't serve you. And what you want to do is, if you hear negative thoughts like that, immediately call in your angels right away, and ask your angels, or you can ask Archangel Michael, please come and remove these negative thoughts. Place yourself in a white bubble, grounded from Mother Earth, and a beautiful white light from the heavens coming down on you. And you can say, Archangel Michael, please come and remove these negative thoughts. Or you can, whatever you need to do to get those thoughts taken, out of your head. So sometimes I'll say, Archangel Michael, please remove these negative thoughts. Or I'll just pretend that he's vacuuming away all these negative thoughts away from my head. And, or I'll start saying all these positive things that even if they're not true, I'll just start saying them. And then it helps lift me up right away. So that is really helpful. And as you keep doing that, you start to realize it's a part of your daily life. And, if you feel like you're calling on archangels and you feel like, oh, well, they're not really there because I can't see them. Well, guess what? They are there. And they come right away, instantly. So they're always there for you. And they are there. You need to trust that. And as you continue to do these things, your trust builds, and it gets easier and easier to build this into your lifestyle. And then you start to see what a blessed life you have, and miracles happening every day. So that's what I have today for how to hear from your angels.
Can you tell us about the first time that you heard from your angels? What did you hear? Did you think you were crazy? And what was your reaction?
Well, I don't recall the first time, but I could give you some examples of times where I was in a situation with in a relationship, and I knew something was going on. Like, I knew that he was just messing around, and I knew it. And you know what? My gut was just like telling me that something was going on. I was so crabby all day, and I was like, something is going on. It's like constantly, yeah. So I listened to my gut, and I found out that, yep, something was going on.
Okay, thank you, Emma, for sharing that story with us. You're listening to Two Light Sisters on Blogtalk Radio. We'll be back after this. Blogtalk Radio, you're listening to Two Light Sisters. We're back from break, and Emma was telling us about when she had first heard from her angel. I'll tell you about the first time that I heard something. It was actually recently, from what I recall. This was probably the first time that I had ever heard a voice in my head. And the reason why I knew it wasn't me, my own thoughts, is because I've actually heard my own thoughts before. My ego mind talking. And this I knew was not me. And that was a feeling that I knew for sure. And what was happening was that I was having a conversation with my daughter, and I was telling her, you need to give up on this dream. Give up on this dream that you're going to have a brother or sister. She's an only child, and she's always been wanting a brother or sister. And I was trying to tell her, we're probably not going to have any more kids. So just try and get used to being the only child, because it's probably going to be that way forever. I wasn't really being a good mom in the moment, but I honestly believed that I wasn't going to have any more kids. So I told her, just give up on that dream. It's not going to happen. And my daughter started to cry. She cried, and I sat there just watching her, thinking that I was doing her a favor. Then all of a sudden I heard a voice in my head saying, your daughter's dream is going to come true. And I don't know where it came from, who it was. I just know that it wasn't me. So I said it was God. And 2 weeks later, I told my daughter the story. And she started to cry. And I apologized for being so rude and so mean and telling her to give up on her own dreams. So, to this day, I still don't know who the voice belongs to. But I do know that I am open to hearing things now. And since I've opened myself up, I'm actually hearing a lot more now. I hear voices every now and then, and it's usually guidance. But I don't hear a lot. I mostly see things. I see visions. And I'm more of a clairvoyant than anything. But I do hear voices every now and then. And usually when I do hear voices, it sounds familiar. It sounds like my deceased grandma. It sounds like my mom, my sister, or my nephew. It's always a familiar voice. Even though I know that it's not them speaking. So, if you're hearing things and you're seeing things, you're just like the rest of us. We're not crazy. We just are opening ourselves up to our God-given abilities. And one thing that I learned recently is that these gifts that are in us all are just all gifts that were given to us by God. God is the one that gave us all these gifts, not our spirit guides, not the angels. It's a gift from God. We all have this in us. And most of the time, you'll know that our spirit guides don't really give us a lot of information about our future. From what I've heard, they mostly just give us guidance. So sometimes we'll ask a question, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? Well, there's a law of free will, and that's a law that our spirit guides and our angels will never cross. They want us to be able to make our own decisions and live the life that we want to live. So that's why I don't ask too much about my own future. I just let things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. I do try and ask for guidance when it comes to making a big decision. I ask for signs and guidance, but I don't ask them to tell me what the future holds. And that's just my belief. You're listening to Two Light Sisters. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back after this.
Sisters here on Blogtalk Radio. This is Emma, and I want to talk about mediumship skills and channeling. So, today I was walking into the grocery store, and it was just the strangest thing ever. I could hear people talking and what they were thinking, and it was just highly conversations I didn't want to even be hearing. I'm like, should I be hearing this? And I was hearing it, and there was like no way to just turn that off. So anyways, I heard that and I was like, why am I hearing these things? I don't want to hear them. So, but that is just an example of being able to hear things and pick up things from people around you. And I didn't ask for that. That just happens when I go to places. So anyways, going on to mediumship skills or channeling, I noticed for myself in my own personal journey is that I can hear clearly. It's always like from an arm's length distance from my ear or even further. I don't know why I imagine it that way, but I know it's not like so close to my ear, but it's at the arm's length, and I can hear them saying, I'm Charles. You can call me Chuck, though. And I'm that little girl's grandpa. You know, Carrie Ann, you saw her at the park? I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, I don't know Carrie Ann. I did see her at the park. She was a little blonde girl, cute, having fun, and just being a kid. And I thought that was cool and awesome. And then, like, another spirit came. I was like, hi, I'm Will. And I was just like, okay. I turned that light switch off because it was like I was in the middle of sleeping, so I didn't want to continue to hear any types of introductions while I was sleeping, because it's like I want to sleep because I had to wake up and go to work the next day. So anyways, those are some things I've been hearing lately, and I'm a self-taught medium, so I'm just learning all these new things, and I've been reading lots of books, and I've been retaining a lot of information that I feel resonates with me, and it's been helping me with my mediumship skills. And today I challenged myself, and I went to a medium psychic development page that I am a part of, and I gave a girl a reading, and I never got validation back, but I just decided to go ahead and say what I really felt and what I was sensing. So I felt like that was a good start for me, and I'm still continuing to work on practicing to do medium readings for people at this time. I feel like right now, for some weird reason, like these past few weeks, I've been a little bit off, and honestly, I haven't had time to meditate. I haven't had time to do a lot of things that I personally wanted to do in my daily routine these past few weeks. So things have been just really off for me. How about you, Kira?
Thank you for sharing your story, Emma. That's wonderful. Really, really good to know that your hearing ability is expanding, and that's definitely, something that I consider a very special gift. It kind of reminds me of my daughter is a very big Twilight fan, and it kind of reminds me of Edward and his gift to be able to hear everything and know what everyone's thinking. But for you, you're actually hearing conversations. I mean, I think that's a wonderful gift. For me personally, I am a person that sees a lot of things. I usually don't see things unless I'm in deep meditation or I have my eyes closed and I'm actually thinking and concentrating on that. So for me, walking around in a grocery store, I normally would not see anything. So I'm still able to live a normal life right now without these abilities affecting my regular day-to-day life. But I do think that at some point it may affect my day-to-day life, but so far it has not. And I'm just going to enjoy this time right now that it has not. I do think that I would like to develop my seeing ability a lot more, and I would love to still be able to turn it on and off. I know for some people it's really, really difficult to turn off their gift. But for me, at the point that I'm at right now, I'm still a beginner. I'm still able to turn it on and off, and only see and hear things when I choose to. So I definitely consider that a blessing for me right now. When it comes to mediumship, I feel like the information that I've gotten so far has been very accurate and is definitely right. There are a few times that I hesitated to tell the person what it was exactly that I heard or saw, and what I heard was that their past loved one was lost, and I wasn't sure how to tell the person that, because nobody wants to deliver the message saying, oh, your loved one is lost. How do I sugarcoat that? So I told him anyways. I told him that I heard something about being lost, and he said yes, his friend actually was missing. So after that, I took a deep breath. I understood, okay, his friend was lost. That's why I heard that. And then I told him exactly what I heard. And what I heard was that they know he's lost, but they don't want to go find him. And when I heard that, it was my nephew's voice. And I delivered that message to him. It made me feel like somebody knows where he is, but they don't want to say anything. So sometimes it's really tough. You have to deliver some upsetting news or some not so happy news to somebody, and it's tough to be the one that has to give that message. But for me personally, I'm just learning, and I'm trying to learn how to trust myself and believe in myself a lot more, because I feel like it's more difficult for me than it is for the person receiving the message. I hate being the bearer of bad news. I just hate it. But the more that I trust myself and the more confident I become, I do eventually want to be so confident that I can just say, yes, this is what happened, yes, or no, it's not what you think it is, or, whatever it is, whatever the message is. I want to be able to deliver that message confidently. But I also still want to be, respectful and appropriate, and I still want to not disrespect anybody and not cross any boundaries that are not meant to be crossed. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, just kind of stuck in the middle. But like I said before, I do eventually want to become very, very confident in myself, because so far, with all my progress that I've made and everything, I definitely am proud of myself for finally realizing that these gifts were within me the entire time. I just did not know. And I'm really proud of myself that I've been able to do this kind of just on my own and with my sister. And her and I have both developed our abilities pretty much at the same time. She's able to hear things and I'm able to see things. And I think that's just a wonderful, magical gift. And for anybody who is interested in developing these gifts yourself, I definitely do encourage you to please do so and go ahead and explore and have fun. Have fun with it, because these gifts are within all of us. None of us are special. Not another person is more gifted than you. We all have these same gifts, and we all have these gifts within us. Some people may have, like for example, my sister is able to hear. She is able to hear more than she can see, and I'm able to see more than I can hear. So some people have, some gifts that are a little stronger than the others, and yours is going to be different than another person's. It doesn't make anybody better than the other person. We're all equal. We're all here. We're all souls having our human experience. And one thing I definitely know for sure for me is that I'm here to gain perspective. And that's all I want to do, is just gain perspective so I can keep learning and growing. And learning and growing is definitely something that I've been saying for a long, long time. That's all I want to do, is just learn and grow. And I feel like, for me personally, I'm a person that has a little bit more compassion than I want to have for a lot of people. And what that really does for me is it really allows me to see things from a new perspective, put myself in the other person's shoes, and see things from their point of view. And when I'm able to do that, I'm able to gain perspective, and I'm able to see myself experiencing the same things that they have to experience, and kind of just think about the things that they have to think about, go through the things that they have to go through. And I always do that automatically, no matter what. I always do that, and I feel like it helps me gain perspective. And the more I gain perspective, the more I learn and grow. And I just feel like that's just wonderful. And we're going to take a really quick break, so we will be right back after this. You're listening to Two Light Sisters on Blog Talk Radio. Light Sisters here on Blog Talk Radio. We're back from break now, and we're going to jump right in to do some readings. I've got a few people here who have some questions, and I'm going to turn it over to Emma to give channel some answers for them. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going through the list of questions here, and Michelle Anderson is asking, is it a good time to relocate?
Okay, well, the answer for that is, what I'm seeing is something that has to do with ocean. So to me, that signifies yes. It is a good time to relocate. And the message I'm receiving is that it's time to start altering your physical appearance and mannerism. And that can help you to be closer to where you ultimately dream of living your life.
And when you said oceans, it makes me feel like it is time for her to relocate, and she's going to find that relocating brings her a lot more peace and happiness. So thank you, Emma, for answering that question. And the next person we have is Vicky Payne. Vicky wants to know, is my life going to change for the better soon?
For Vicky, we have okay. Well, for Vicky, we have a message here saying that it's time for you to act on the opportunity. It's time for you to take action. Take action without second guessing and doubting yourself. Let go of that doubt and second guessing and fear. Let that go. Know that give those all to your angels. Give all your worries and cares to the angels and just keep on going. As long as you continue to be persistent and less resistant, you will be headed exactly where you need to be. And so what I'm getting here is that you may want to spend more time connecting with nature to bring peace to yourself and to just give your body um, that breathing room. And as you continue to take deep breaths in and out, you're actually releasing old negative patterns or things that no longer serve you. So do that and go for walks and be out in nature and release any fears. Give those all to the angels because they're waiting right there to take it from you. They want you to live your best life as easy and comfortably as you possibly can.
That's a great message, Emma. And people say that all the time, to spend time out in nature, and it truly, truly does give you more clarity. It gives you, just re-energizes you and helps you make good decisions. So I definitely agree with that, Emma. Thank you so much. All right, our next person here is Paula McKevitt, and she wants to know, is love coming my way?
Okay, well, what we have for Paula here is that it's time for Paula to stop trying to control the events that are going on around her and to just allow love to just flow freely to her. And in order to get the love that you want, we must make sure that we are mirroring out exactly what we want in a partner. And what I'm getting here is that it's time to start letting go of control. It's time to let go of controlling issues. And as you let those go and just let whatever happen, then you will start to see that you're opening up doors to new opportunities and giving that breathing space and room for that new love to come into your life.
That's really good advice, Emma. Thank you, Paula, for that question. And, I totally agree with you. When you let go of control and trying to control a situation and trying to control things that are coming to you, all of a sudden, that's when everything happens for you. So thank you, Emma, for answering Paula's question. And thank you, Paula, for your question. The next person we have here is Dana Zook. Her question is, am I in the right place?
Well, what I'm getting here is that this time right now is a time of good fortune and abundance. So that definitely means you are in the right place, and you'll be able to be receiving lots of great things coming in your way. Um, I'm seeing lots of positive energy and happy vibes where you are. So I would say that yes, you are in the right place.
That's great news. Thank you, Dana Zook, for that wonderful question. And the next person we have here is Gina Mooser, who wants to know just general guidance for her life right now. Which area to focus on first, because she's very overwhelmed and feels like everything is out of balance. So, any specific message out there for Gina?
For Gina, we have a message, a few messages here. The first message is to allow herself to stay in a silent, quiet area so she can pay attention and just simply observe with her eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening all around her, inside and out. And as she does this, she'll be able to see where what she needs to work on, and in order to see that, you need to be able to really really pay attention, observe with your eyes, so what you're seeing and what you're hearing and what you're physically feeling, and don't dismiss your emotions and the way you're feeling, because that is going to lead you to where you need to be. So I hope that that helps you.
Thank you for that question, Gina. All right, moving on here. John Jensen wants to know, is there anything that the angels or my guides would like to tell me? Any specific message out there for John?
Okay, well, the message I'm receiving for John here is that it's time for John to just rest and relax rather than continuing to overwork himself. So that's one message. Relax, take a vacation, pamper yourself, go in meditation, be in nature, take time for yourself. And because you definitely do deserve that, and that is definitely something that you should allow for yourself each and every day, even if it's 10 to 15 minutes at a time. It's worth it. And also, another message that I'm receiving here is it's time to start being independent. It's time to be on your own and to just let go of anything that is holding you back, whether it be people or any, or anything, jobs, anything like that. It's time to just rethink about those things and just reconsider what your true life, what you love to do, and finding ways to make that happen in your life.
Thank you, Emma, for answering that question for John, and thank you, John, for your question. And Tiffany actually has the same question. Is there anything that her guides or angels feel that she needs to know?
For Tiffany, we're getting a message here saying that it's time for you to trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges that you're going through right now. Um, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing like a sunset in the desert, so I believe that that would be a great place for you, somewhere in a sunny place, maybe where there's some sand, to just kind of connect yourself back with Mother Earth and give all your cares and worries to the angels and trust yourself, because you have all the resources to get through the challenges that you're facing at this time. Also, to stand up for what you believe in and fight for what you feel is right, even if it causes judgment or disapproval from others. So that's one thing that is coming through here for you. And I know sometimes that can be hard to do. And so in that case, you'll want to call on your angels and just say, you know what? If people are going to judge me for this, I'm just going to let that go, because that's their perception, not mine. And that'll help you to really just not let it bother you.
That's really good advice. I always say what people think about me is just their business. It's not mine. And I just move on. I don't ever let that bother me. So that is very good advice, Emma. Thank you so much. And that was an answer for Tiffany Chetland Yosen, just to be clear. Okay, moving on. We've got Margie Garzon, whose question is, I would love a blessing and any message. Thank you.
Okay, and the message that I'm receiving here is to stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachments to the outcome. So that's the message that I'm receiving, and I feel like that message is a very strong message, and it's something that a lot of people struggle with. So to just speak your truth and not to worry about what the outcome is going to be.
You're listening to Two Like Sisters here on Blog Talk Radio. We're back from break, and we're going to continue on with the questions. And let's see here. The next person we have up is Elizabeth Anderson. And her question is there any message for me or from my babies in heaven? Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. What do we have here for you, Elizabeth? Trust. Trust is your message, Elizabeth. Our Heavenly Father does hear your prayers and your wishes, and you definitely are blessed. I know that it can seem difficult at times to see yourself as someone who's blessed, but you truly are. Once you really accept that, you will definitely have the ability to manifest whatever kind of life that you want to live. Your children are safe in heaven, and they are being watched over. They're doing very, very well. They love you so, so much. And my message for you is just trust that everything has happened for a reason. It's happened the way that it's supposed to happen, and you're definitely on the right path. So thank you, Elizabeth, for that question. Moving on here, let's see. Vicky Craig says, I need help. Okay. What do we have for you, Vicky? Vicky, what I have for you is patience. Please be patient with everything that is going on, everything that is happening for you right now. Practice patience and just know that everything is happening the way that it's supposed to happen. Sometimes it may seem like you've been waiting for something to happen for you for so long and you feel like you just want to give up. But be patient. Your wants and needs are not going, nobody is ignoring those. So please just practice patience and know that everything that you're wishing and hoping for is going to happen for you. Please have faith. Thank you, Vicky, for that question. And let's see. Heather Mill is asking, what is my next step? Okay, let's see what we have here for you, Heather. The next step has to do with your home. You're going to receive something. You're going to receive some guidance and some advice that has to do with the home that you live in. And it is going to be divinely guided. Just know that when you do receive that message, take the advice given, especially if it feels good to you. If it doesn't, of course, you don't take the advice. But I do have a feeling that it is going to be something good for you. So look out for that. Thank you, Heather, for that question. Okay, the next person is Debbie Young. Is there anything that I need to know? Any message? And what popped up right away is miracle. Trust in God. He's got the perfect solution to all of your problems or anything that you need. He's always going to be there for you. Everything is working out for you, and it is going to actually seem like a very big miracle is happening, and just know that that is because you are highly favored and loved. Thank you, Debbie, for that question. The next question we have here is from Haley Babe. Am I making any spiritual progress? Okay, you definitely are making a lot of progress. You are definitely on the right path, and the message that I'm getting for you is to clear your mind, because that will make it a lot easier for you to focus and concentrate, and you will be able to hear that divine guidance. So do not doubt yourself. You are making progress. You are on the right path, and you are very, very gifted and loved. Thank you, Haley, for that question. Okay, and the next person we have here is Ruth. Ruth Kai Kendall Hawkins. Ruth says, I would like to just say thank you for all I have, for all that is yet to come. I am trusting in my angels and guides. I chose the right path. I no longer wonder. I manifest love and light. What message do I need at this time? That is wonderful, Ruth. You no longer wonder. You manifest. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. What message do we have here for you, Ruth? Compassion is the message that I'm getting here, and I feel like you have a lot of compassion for a lot of people. You definitely are a very, very bright, shining light for others, and others do tend to go to you for guidance, and that is because your light shines so bright that they just automatically flock to you, needing that guidance and that advice and that friendship from you. You are so gifted. You can see and feel other people's point of view. You have forgiveness and kindness abundantly in your heart, and you pass that on to the other people that you talk to and that you help. So, Ruth, thank you so much for everything that you're doing for the world. You definitely are an earth angel. Thank you, Ruth, for that question. The next message I have here is for Pam Ennis, and Pam asks, is there any message for me, please? Okay, what I'm seeing here is prayer, Pam. Please pray about the things that you want. Let go of anything that may be holding you back, any worries or fears, and pray about your situations, and they will bring about real solutions. So please do not be afraid to pray about what it is that you want. And do not be afraid to put your wishes, wants, and needs first. Thank you, Pam, for your question. listening to Two Light Sisters here on Blog Talk Radio. Be sure to check out our website at www.twolightsisters.com. We're also on YouTube, and you can always email us at twolightsisters@gmail.com. That's TWOLIGHTSISTERS@gmail.com. We also are offering free one-card readings, so make sure to email us. Again, our email address is twolightsisters@gmail.com. Thanks for listening to Two Light Sisters here on Blog Talk Radio. We're going to continue this next time on our next radio show. So please, if you did not get your question answered on this radio show, please stay tuned. We're going to continue on with this. And we'll see you next time here on Blog Talk Radio. You're listening to Two Light Sisters. Namaste.